Hello world, this is Mike with Backwards Machining. Hope everybody's doing well. I ended up making this tool holder. In the last video I put on YouTube, it was basically about the CAD drawing and using FreeCAD for the cam aspect. And that worked okay. I'm not gonna lie, I had some issues, but a lot of it was my own inexperience. And then, when I got that figured out, everything worked okay. This is the tool holder that I got with my mini lathe. In hindsight, this really wasn't the best option. It's not the one I wanted. In fact, I didn't even realize this was the one I bought when I bought it, type of thing. All the tool holders have a maximum of 12 millimeter openings. Well, that's the knurling one. That's the parting blade. Well, it came with a couple of these ones, but again, this wasn't the one I really wanted. I wanted the one that's on my Logan, with the reversed like this, where you can open it and it actually expands and without using an Allen wrench. A Loris, that's it, the Loris style. It was escaping me. Anyway, tool holder's made. I gotta shorten these. I gotta put this on still, and we'll be good to go. I got some footage of this running. I did some aluminum with it, and in here, this is tool steel, water hardened. I think this is W1 or something like that. WO, I forget. It's for a thread mill. I'm gonna try to make some thread mills for my milling machine. That'll be one of the next projects I'm doing. But anyway, on with the video. I'll show you guys some footage of what I went through and how I got it to this part anyway. Really love this profile tool. Even these blades, each of these packs of blades was something like $5 and then $3 for shipping. I got all different ones. These are supposed to be for stainless. I don't know what the heck the difference is, but whatever. Alright, hold on one second, we'll get to the video. Make a tool holder, they said. It will be fun, they said. Now, actually, I really did have a good time making this tool holder. A few mistakes. In the very beginning, what I did was I used a finishing end mill. I used a 5/8 4-flute carbide end mill. And what ended up happening was my machine just couldn't push it. I mean, anytime I tried to turn the speed up a little bit, it would fight me. It would start rocking and rolling. So, after some trials and error and some swearing and some, temper tantrums, I threw on the roughing end mill, and what a difference. Like, holy cow type of difference. That just chewed through the material, no problem at all. The part you see there, I mean, you can actually see it going through, that end mill going through another end mill's path, just because it up. This is the third piece of steel I'm doing, because this is, the other two I had to scrap and start over. It just, again, I just kept running into some trouble. So anyway, roughing end mill, we're going around now. making a big rectangle. This is the outside of the tool holder, 2.5 inches by inch and 3/16 was the final, and I was actually very impressed on how well the mill really did hold that tolerance. It was pretty much exact. I was very happy with it. Anyway, no bragging aside. All bragging aside, for the middle part, to slot the middle, I used another roughing end mill. I used a 3/8 fine roughing end mill. I went through and I did one pass in the middle all the way down to dimension, and then I did it again 1/8 of an inch higher and lower to make up the 5/8 / 16.5 millimeter opening I needed, and that worked perfect. Roughing end mill for the win. Absolutely love them. I must have put like 13 in my shopping cart, because I'm gonna pick up quite a few of those bad boys. Really loved them. One of the other saving graces is the coolant. I'm very glad that I switched this machine over to flood coolant, because the chips would have been insane for this part. It really would have. And basically, all I had to do was clean out the tray a few times to get rid of the chips, and I was done. They weren't all over my shop, like before when I was trying to use the blowgun. It was just such a much cleaner way to do it. Definitely happy with that. This here, this is the holder half done now. Basically showing you, which way is up, blah blah blah. This is me just testing the fit, making sure everything is lining up right, everything's straight. Next up, I'm gonna have to put it in the bandsaw so we can cut the back off of it, and then put it back in the mill, resurface it, and then go from there. Alright, now that it's back off the bandsaw and back onto the... again, we're just going to make it parallel, make sure all the edges are lining up right. Obviously, we want the tool holder to be straight in the holder. So, this is the part now before I'm putting the dovetail on. This is basically pre-dovetail. I should have used a finishing end mill, went over the whole thing with it. Hindsight's 20/20, but this is for me. I mean, it's not for a customer, so I suppose I really didn't care. I'm just gonna bring it to work, throw it in the industrial sander, go to town with it. That way, it'll clean up all the edges fine, and then I'll gun blue it. That way I don't have to worry about it rusting on me. And it'll look fine. I'm not too worried about it. What you see here is I'm cleaning out the spot for the dovetail cutter. I'm not sure how well you can see the dichum and the etch marks for where the dovetail is going to go, but basically that's all we're doing here, is getting it down to dimension, and then I'm going to go through with the dovetail cutter, and I'm going to cut the dovetail in one pass, which again, another hindsight mistake. If I make another one of these tool holders, I will do it in more than one pass. I ended up taking 3.157, I think, millimeters in one cut, approximately, and it was a bit much. I turned the machine way down, and I didn't have a problem, but, you know, unfortunately, I shouldn't have tried taking so much at one time. Dimensionally, everything fit fine, but one of the rapids on my way back, it touched a little bit on the bottom and it scuffed it up. And I like I said, I have a feeling it's because of trying to hog too much at once. But again, dimensionally, everything came out perfect for the dovetail. Now you can see how it works. This is just some aluminum. I was having a heck of a time to get this to focus, but it did a it was just amazing, absolutely amazing job. The finish was mirror. I couldn't be happier. I mean, obviously this was, you know, a very fine cut. I wasn't pushing the machine or anything. I have played with this since, and it does take some deep cuts without a problem. You know, you'll see more of that in the future. If when I make chess pieces, that'll be one of the other videos eventually, when I get off my lazy butt. Anyway, after this aluminum, you're going to see me doing some tool steel. This now is going to be tool steel.